In a former life, I believe it's that way right now, I was a radio talk show host. I did 15 years of radio for WWL in New Orleans, whereas on weekends I did the outdoors report, talked about hunting and fishing and getting outdoors, and I did some entertainment stuff over the weekends. I went to fairs and festivals and all that. But the only thing I was told the first week I was there was, button, button, who's got the button? And it was a joke that the guy with the button controls the show. So I'm going to show you some buttons that you can use to help your wood turning get along really great. All you have to do, I got the button, is watch. A little while ago, on some of these videos, these are SKUs, Skill and Knowledge Education Workshops. This is geared for the turner, the young turner. And I'm talking guys from 60 to 80, the young kids. The older guys, 80 and beyond, you know everything anyway. But no, really, this is geared for you when you go turning and get started turning. Because there's not a lot of places to go get the information. There's a lot of sales pitches out there, but get this, I don't sell chucks. I couldn't send you to a good dealer for chucks. My chucks come from One Way Tool Company direct. Go to the website, get it with it, and they ship it to me. And Susan and the gang up there, they're great. They help you out. They'll solve a lot of questions. They'll answer your questions, solve your problems, and they won't sell you a left-handed boot. You know, it's the way life should be, and they believe in it. I like it. But we're talking about chucks. Okay. When you want to hold something, you can hold it in a chuck, the jaws of a chuck. You can hold it in the jaws of a spigot chuck. You can hold it with a spur, or you can hold it with a button. Here you go. This is from an old friend of mine. This is and I don't have any idea what Ron calls this. Ron Brown has this stuff. Ron Brown's best. Ron's a character. Really it is. Don't step on his toe. That'd make him mad. But Ron's a character. He's always got something on, and he's always creating something. He takes a lot of the high-end tools and equipment out there, and he takes the... How do you put this? He doesn't take the quality out. He doesn't take the use out. He doesn't take anything out. What he puts in is the practicality of it. That would be it, yeah. If you look at something, you say, I wish I had that, but I can't afford it. Ron's probably going to get it for you. And he'll have it. And he's the first one I hit at the Waco show. Waco show is last weekend in August, and it's in Waco. It's called SWAT, S-W-A-T, Southwestern Southern Wood Turners Association, S-W-A-T. Wow, I'd be damn, I can't remember that. But hey, it's SWAT, S-W-A-T, look up in the Turners. And it's in Waco, Texas. And it's the fondest exposition I've ever been to, and I look forward to going to it every day. But I can only go once a year. This is very similar to a jaw that we all called the Longworth. Why? Because as you... Well, let me see if I got everything loosened up here. Because I gotta move some parts around. I got 8 wing nuts on the back that hold these rubber bumpers in place. Right? And these 8 wing nuts are in these slotted grooves right here. And when I move the front groove and not the back one, and sometimes it's hard to do without being on a lathe. Move one without the other, and I can't get enough body strength to do it here. These buttons move in and out to grab onto a piece. So today I turned a 12-inch dinner plate. 11.5 is the right size, but I turned it 12, and I got to hold it. But when I shaped it and cut it all, I was holding it on a stub or a glue block in my profile jaws. That was a good way to hold it. That way I could do the front of the plate, I could do the back edge of the plate, I could do the down to the what I call the table bead, which is the first little bump on the bottom of the plate, the one that sits on the table. That's why they call it a table bead. But now I have to turn it around, take that stub off, and finish the bottom out. I want to be able to hold it carefully. Not that I want to be willy-nilly or nilly-willy. I just want to be able to hold it right. I could take that plate, put some, I like to use this, oh man, you know, you can put everything together and miss everything. It's a sheet of shelf liner rubber. You get it at Home Depot. That's the beauty. They put it on shelf lines and stuff to keep cans off and sliding around and falling over. But it's rubberized, got holes in it. Well, I cut me a piece out, put it behind the plate, stick the plate right on here with the face of the plate touching that rubber, and the little nubs touching where it bleeds off. And then when it's running, now I'll bring my tailstock up and get it started. When it's running good and smooth, and I'm taking a little paper thin cuts and cleaning up the bottom, I'm holding this thing like nobody will ever hold it. And it's not going to move and jump around. And you say, well, no, when I touch things jump. You're not cutting right. We're going to go through this cutting and gouging stuff one day. When the lathe is running, I got to show you the difference in that. But back to this. These rubber bumpers on this, and this is by Ron Brown, they move in and they move out. Now, this can come in about a dozen sizes. A guy out of that I met at the Waco thing bought this from Ron and had it shipped to me because he asked me, did I have one? And I mistakenly answered, no, I don't have one. What I wanted to tell the guy is I didn't need one. You know, because he was talking about this plastic, and there's laminate in the middle, and there's all these buttons and knobs, and a little thing on the back and all that. He said, you need to have this, and do you have one? And I said, no, and he sent it to me. Really nice guy, really nice. What I was trying to get to him and tell him is, the Longworth chuck came from the down under, and an old wood turner developed it. He brought it to a shop, and he showed the guys in the shop. And then he died. This is a story I'm getting now. Don't know if it's 100% accurate, but it's a good story anyway. But he made his just like this one's made. This is plywood. This is cabinet grade plywood. And I have the swirls, and they did those little small router doing the sweeps, pivoted here and swept up here and all that. I have a bushing in the middle to make it spin true. It bolts onto a faceplate, but I could put that onto a glue block or a tended piece. I think I had an extra faceplate at the time. But this one moves the same as I was telling you Ron Brown's best moves. When you turn the knob, it comes down. As you can see, it's only come down to about a 4 or 5 inch piece. And that's written on there someplace. But you can make this. How do you make it? Well, this is not a sales promo. I sell you the parts. The bushing, the bolts, nuts, washers, rubber stoppers with the holes in them, and all that. That's sold at Big Eye Productions. You get a whole package for maybe $19.75 or something. I'm not certain, but it's on our website. Why? Because when I built mine, I couldn't find the stoppers with the holes in them. Then I found a chemical supply company that sold those, and that's where I get them from. And they work out really great. And when you turn a nut in the back, they squish. These things squish down, grab around your piece. The little plastic fender washers I have here. Can I go in closer on that? I'm asking the cameraman. Can I go in closer on that? Yes. Okay, let's go in closer. All right. You see the white plastics right there? Where is this? There it is. See the white plastics? That's to take my bowl from touching the wood. The black is what holds onto the bowl. This is a carriage bolt that goes to the back, and that's where I've got another fender washer and a piece to when I get it to the right size, I tighten it down and it doesn't grow back and forth. The same thing happens with the Ron Brown's Best Model. Once you get it to where you want it to go and you tighten the bolts up, then it pretty much holds what you need to hold. And I wish I could get the term right, because I said it one time and people called me and corrected me. It'll hold it statically from going this way. It's not going to hold it too much from going this way. If it wants to get airborne, it's going to get airborne. So you do have to hold it. But this is enough to hold it for you to trim up that bottom and clean it up. It's just enough. But if you want the template for making it, That's even easier. You go to my Big Guy Productions website, and you'll find a link that you can download, and you download the drawing on how to build it. You can build it with 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20, whatever you want. I send you parts for an 8 when you order them. But this is a shop-made version of a Longworth chuck. They're all handy when you do bowls, platters, plates, anything that you need. Pardon me, that you need to grab onto to finish the backside. If I had a large bowl and I needed to shape up the foot, I could hold it one way. I'm not a great fan of going inside and opening up into the outside. It can be done, but you're putting a lot of stress on the wood. I'd rather grab it from the out and hold it, okay? And that's where these magic fingers come in and they explain that. And the other, but it will hold it to where you can clean it up. Always have your tailstock up. Bring it up with a soft touch on it so you can stabilize this thing. And then at the last second, remove it and clean up that little piece on the bottom. It's a great way to get into finishing pieces without a lot of expense. You're looking at 20 bucks of parts and 2 good pieces of plywood from Home Depot. That's another $4.80 a piece. I looked at it yesterday. And they have a plywood with a plastic, hope I get this name, melamine. It's like Formica, but it's not as expensive. They have a coating on them. Makes them wear a little bit better. Now that one sat out here in the flood waters. Getting wet a couple of times. I'll spin it. If it's got a hook to it, I'll probably take it apart and build me another one. That's the beauty. You got to understand. And I can't stress this enough. A lot of times I'm giving you these tips and hints so you can make the stuff that you want, that you can use and you can change. If you're going out to shop to have fun doing this, you'll go out and shop and have fun making another Longworth. And you'll have one that'll close down real close. You'll have one that gets the maximum size that you want of your lathe. You get one for any size plate you want that you want to get closer to so they're easier to change. And if you do put build one, put a tendon block on the back of it. The way you can grab it and hold it in your other chucks. It's easier to come and go with that than it is to put it on a faceplate. Oh, hold on. And it's just 1 minute. And I know we don't have to speed through having fun, but sometimes you need to. But if you make up that chuck, you can make a little one and a big one and a bigger one or whatever. You can also make the parts and give them to your friends. And that's another key part of this. You got a buddy that could use one? Make 2. Really. You'll make a friend forever. That's what this is all about. Hey, I'm showing you a couple of tips. I got something to talk about on tools in just a minute. But right now, I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. We're in the shop, and we're making shavings.